Thursday night, quite a few participation from various islands and including countries. And for the nature island of Dominica, it was the exception. First of all, how was SMART for you, Samantha?
I will say it was very successful coming from not being participating in a couple of years. SMART 2019 proved to have really given us the opportunity to network with some new agents, some new wholesalers, and some ones that were already doing business, especially the media houses that were present. So it really was a real good networking opportunity for Dominica coming back out from Hurricane Maria and sort of setting the pace as a tourism and nature-based destination.
What are you taking from SMART in terms of you being able to better promote your island? Take into consideration as well that you're rebounding from the hurricane of 2017.
Well, I would say, like I mentioned a while ago, that networking is so important in the tourism business because we had the opportunity to meet with a lot of wholesalers who have done business in the past, wanted to come back to Dominica. So this has actually put us in a better footing right now to start back that process of rebuilding with the trade, with the consumers, to get people aware that Dominica is alive, is standing, and we have rebuilt. We have new properties coming on board and stream. So we have the Jungle Bay Resort that's reopening June 1st. We have the first 5-star resort opening in November, which is Kempinski. It is a European brand. And there are only 2 in the Caribbean, one in Cuba and now one in Dominica. And we have plans coming up for Anichi, which is the Marriott brand, and also the Hilton. So I think things are moving at really fast pace in Dominica, and we just really want not only the international markets, but our Caribbean people. I think the time is now for us to realize what we have in the Caribbean as a complete destination and start looking at marketing and promoting within the region to ensure that our own people know what we have and appreciate what we have.
Interestingly, at the beginning you said that SMART was very successful. The question is, how would you go about measuring success?
Definitely with the links that we make and the return on investment from these links. So the farm trips, the tours sold, the linkages with investments, our investment arm in Dominica is called Invest Dominica Authority. So we really made some linkages, I think, that might be profitable once everything is in place. So like I said, it's going to take some time for us to see some returns, but I think SMART definitely was a plus this year for us.
And of course, this is taking place at the time that you're also preparing for your Creole Fest in October as well. Did you also make use of the opportunity to promote Creole Fest?
Oh, for sure. In everything that we do, we always promote our events. Our events are very big in the region. And this year we're celebrating the 21st edition of the World Creole Music Festival. 41 years of independence during that time too. So of course, with everything that we do as a nature island, we have to promote our cuisine, our fashion, our culture, which is Dominican. So we have been promoting, and persons are interested, on St. Martin. We have quite a number of Dominicans living on St. Martin. And we're encouraging them to come back to Dominica, bring a friend, and you can get so many wonderful prizes. They're really specials out for Dominicans returning with a friend for the World Creole Music Festival. So we're really looking forward. I think it's going to be an awesome time to be in Dominica to enjoy the nature island, coming from SMART and coming from all our promotions throughout the region and throughout our international markets.
Obviously, St. Martin is open again after the hurricanes of 2017 for business. Is Dominica open for business?
Of course, Dominica has been open for business for more than a year now. And I think it is exciting to see that the nature actually rebounded even faster than we expected. So you find all our trees, our attractions, our sites are back up and running. Of course, we still have some infrastructural works to do, but the nature island is truly back and ready to accept visitors, not only for our events, but for the nature aspects of enjoying Destination Dominica.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
We look forward to the 3 to 6 months climate forecast. We eagerly anticipate that forecast, and we have the media here in today, and we hope that the media can get around to interview some of you and speak with you so that we can get the message out. Because one of the critical things in terms of information, meteorology, climatology, is getting the information out to the public. And we have to recognize the media as a critical conduit in doing such. We know the challenges of the number of meteorologists, overnight meteorologists we deal with on a regular basis. And as a result, as meteorologists, stakeholders, health, disaster management, and so on, it is very important that we work together with the media and our other stakeholders to make sure that we get the correct information out. I usually tell staff it's not about having information and getting the forecast as correct as possible, but it's how do you get it out to the man on the street who needs it. We know that there are many changes taking place in terms of the weather patterns and so on, and how do we work closely with our stakeholders so that we can plan the process going forward. So again, it was a little back and forth with the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology to host there. I wish Dr. Farrell was here today, but I know Adrian will get a message to him that we appreciate very much their allowing St. Martin to host. We look forward to the opportunity again to host other such workshops. And I think a number of you, by the time you're ready to go back on Saturday, would have said that I want to return to St. Martin. Maybe not for the long hours you're having in terms of your workshops, but more relaxation time. So this forum is not mine, so I'm not going to make it a long speech because I know you have more work to do. But at the end of the exercise, we need to focus on the information, what we work and what we do in here. How do we get it down to the man on the street? So that they can make more informed decisions. There will always be no limitations in the science, but as much as possible we think that we are the experts and we have the best information. So we cannot have the overnight meteorologists putting up information there. We have to do what we have to do and make sure that the right, accurate information gets out there. Once again, welcome to St. Martin and enjoy your stay.
As we gather here today, the water level in the Panama Canal continues to drop, forcing shippers to limit the amount of cargo that they send via larger ships. This is necessary for the safe navigation of their vessels through the waterway. In fact, in the last 5 months, it has been described as being the driest season in the history of the Panama Canal. Earlier this year, St. Martin experienced over 22 days without rain, and since the devastating hurricanes of September 2017, we have struggled to see significant rainfall and our greenery struggles to return. While we are here in dire need of rainfall to cool the earth and the surrounding waters, we are also concerned about the potential for other lower-lying areas being inundated and that the risk of landslides can follow. These are extreme weather conditions that St. Martin and the rest of the Caribbean and the wider world continues to face, as indeed it is a clear and present danger to our health, safety, and general well-being. Historically, entering into the hurricane season with such a consistent humidity forces us to expect the worst. Considering this, I must commend the organizers of this wet hurricane season Caribbean Climate Change Forum, CARICOF, for their drive and determination to address climate change in the Caribbean and to promote the development and effectiveness of early warning systems for the protection of our people. As you may be aware, the Meteorological Department here on St. Martin was formerly part of the Netherlands Antilles service from before 2010, when we attained country status within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. After gaining country status, St. Martin contacted the Meteorological Department of Curaçao for its forecast services until January 2013. Today, all services, forecast, observation, climatology, are being done locally. As a growing service organization, we are very much delighted to have the support of regional institutions such as CHIM, CMO, and of course our local Met services. It was what Helen Keller once said, "We can do so much together, and indeed we can do little together. We can do so much." I believe that the actions of those few who work to improve and safeguard the lives of many should not go unnoticed. Therefore, as Minister responsible, allow me to take this opportunity to commend the CIMH for playing the lead role in building capacity across the Caribbean and to develop appropriate climate services tailored to the Caribbean region. I must also recognize your accomplishment in 2014 of setting up the Caribbean Center for Climate and Environmental Simulations, CCCES. What the government seeks to do is to give its citizens access to accurate weather forecast information ahead of time. I believe, as I'm sure everyone here does also, that being genuinely useful, early warning systems must be clearly and repeatedly done to alert those of the most vulnerable potential dangers of impending natural disasters. It must be done in a concise manner and with sufficient time to allow our citizens to respond. A component of early warning systems and programs must include guidelines provided, and it also must ensure to inform the populace. We understand that data collection is an integral part of weather and climate information, and we are working continuously to ensure access to the upper air data at the soonest. In 2013, the Meteorological Department of St. Martin joined CARICOF. At that time, CARICOF's focus was mainly on the 4 priority areas of Global Framework for Climate Services, GFCS, which were agriculture, food and safety, water, health, and disaster risk reduction.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact Wib today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for.
Spatial Planning Minister Miklos Hitterson said that land has been identified to relocate 19 families living on sections of the landfill. The land is in Foga, a short distance from the often flaring up dump site. Prefabricated hurricane-resistant homes were being sought by the National Recovery Program Bureau when these families would now receive a way to be able to be relocated. A discussion started on social media about this topic, and I would like to hereby repeat the observation that I made in this discussion on Facebook. I will repeat. Lord, I don't want to go into this, but the people and the business on the Pond Island are no damn squatters, because the whole discussion was about these people on Pond Island, the 19 families that are going to be relocated, that they got squatters' rights now and that they are illegals, etc. Whether these people are illegals or not, I wanted to just make the historic facts known that Pond Island was transferred from, in the Netherlands Antilles days, from the central government to the island government. As a matter of fact, all what we call inside waters, binnenwater, so has been the sweetwater pond, the freshwater pond, the saltwater pond, and also the lagoon, the Simsebe Lagoon. The rights has been transferred to the island government of St. Martin. All the filling in Simsebe around the lagoon and even to Coal Bay section has been permitted and was legally given out to persons and businesses. And so in the Pond Island also has been given out to people, local persons and businesses in St. Martin. So we cannot accept as a Consumers Foundation that people come on Facebook and be talking about squatters' rights, because squatters don't have that rights. The rights of giving land in St. Martin is given by the island government, and it is given in what they call a long lease or erfpacht kanon in Dutch. I don't know the equivalent right now in English, but it's erfpacht kanon. Everybody goes and they pays at our receiver's office, who is also situated in Pond Island. So the point that I tried to bring is relocating the people from Foga is not only a solution. Yes, we need much more social housing, and every time there's an issue, people create the impression and the talks about illegal and as if illegal things are happening. If this land was given out by the government to local residents, and if they build homes and later apartments or those little nooks or huts on it, it is either the government have to sharpen their policies on the building codes, and it was their duty to either the owners of these land to either address them and have this situation remediated. But it is not right that our community continues to look at these persons that because of their low income also fall into renting homes as if they are the ones to blame for the situation that they are in.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Jose Helaga and I play basketball. I have organized basketball events in St. Martin. Sport matters to me because it makes everybody come together in unity. So I challenge the businesses community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facility. I'm also asking the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take on the challenge and step up for sport because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sports SXM Facebook page for more information. Hashtag Sport Matter, hashtag Are You In?
As Minister of Public Health, I'm responsible for the execution of our Public Health Reform Plan, which is executed and carried out by the ministry. As you can imagine, this is a very broad topic and faced many items within the community that considered to be public health concerns. And I think it's important to recognize that the plans that the ministry puts together are not the sole creation of the minister, but that these are developed in consultation and collaboration with other key stakeholders. And no government has an easy task and will not be able to solve every issue in the country, certainly not on its own, but certainly over time. It's a process, and we recognize that the country is challenged with resources, both human resources and financial, but we do have a plan, and it is a plan that's well underway in execution. But there are plans, objectives, budgets, and timelines. It's always a pleasure to be able to update the public on what's happening within the ministry. Rest assured that our objectives of public health reform have been set in collaboration with our stakeholders, including other government departments, international partners such as the World Health Organization and PAHO. I've said before, and I continue to say, the progress that we're making in our country is something that we have to do together, and our objective is very clear: delivering quality and affordable health care close to home. With that said, I'd like to touch on 4 particular topics. As we know, hurricane season's approaching. June 1st, there's already a named storm in the Atlantic, but it also signifies that it's really the beginning of the rainy season. We still have concerns as the ministry that there's still quite a bit of debris, there's still derelict structures out there, and these unfortunately are ideal breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So we urge the public to be aware of your surroundings, of your neighborhood. Try and clean the areas where you might have water accumulating. Very small items can accumulate water and serve as a breeding ground for mosquitoes, which, as we know, these are the vectors, these are the carriers for dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. And so I urge the community to recognize that as we enter into the rainy season, to be diligent, to be good neighbors, and try and make sure you contain your areas where mosquitoes may breed. I also urge that they can contact the Department of CPS. They do have items that you can put in areas where there's sitting water that would help to ensure that no mosquito larvae breed in those spaces. The second topic I'd like to touch on is the Mental Health Foundation building. First of all, for those of you who may not be aware, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'd like to congratulate the Mental Health Foundation for the launch of their anti-stigma campaign. you can go to their Facebook page and you'll find a number of videos there that I think are interesting for the community to see. I think it's a great initiative of the Mental Health Foundation and surely a much-needed awareness campaign for our community. As a matter of fact, I think, this is a personal opinion, I think as the hurricane season approaches, I know I have this angst myself as I look around my home and I still see things that need to repair and things that I'd like to strengthen before we enter into the hurricane season. And I myself start to get a feeling of sort of anxiety that, oh my gosh, time is running out. There's still so many things that I would like to do. And I have a feeling that this sort of tension is going to arise in the community. So we need to be aware of that and be constructive about it. So certainly the role of mental health and of the social workers and all of the different care providers in the community have a role in addressing this. For years now, the Mental Health Foundation's been challenged in their current location. The building has structural challenges, it has issues in terms of the amount of space available, and at this point, just like the hospital, we simply believe that the Mental Health Foundation facility does not satisfy the needs of the community. Actually, after Irma, we already engaged the Mental Health Foundation to see about putting together a plan for the development of a new structure, and that in the framework of a psychosocial care strategy. At the time, unfortunately, the project didn't get picked up, and at this point now, we've revived the project. That project has come to the Council of Ministers, and the Council of Ministers also agrees that this is a priority project for the country and its redevelopment.